Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Taiku, and today we have the Grand Seiko SBGX 267. So as you can see by the ticking of the second hand, this is the quartz model. I'm not going to go into specific details of the quartz movement, as there is just way too much information on the Seiko 9F quartz. What I will say is that the quartz is really good, and that's pretty much all you need to know. To most people, a quartz is a quartz, and they don't realize that there are differences between Seiko's quartz and a cheaper, less capable quartz movement on a cheap watch. Just as there are degrees of quality in mechanical movements, there are also differences in the quartz movement from different companies. Most quartz movements drift by about 15 seconds or so per month, but it's actually possible to substantially improve on that number. An average inexpensive quartz watch will typically run within 15 seconds every 30 days. If everything is stable, i.e. the temperature. But very few watches actually have a temperature regulated quartz movement. If we look at the details of construction on the Seiko quartz caliber 9F movement, we see a movement that is dramatically superior to an average quartz movement. First of all, Seiko grows its own quartz crystals. To avoid drift in rate due to aging, the selected crystals are then aged for up to 3 months. Long story short, the Seiko quartz movement is superior to any other one. They are much more accurate, is temperature controlled, and will last longer than any other quartz movement. That's pretty much all you need to know about the movement, so let's take a look at the watch. This one comes on the white dial. It also comes in the black. But I don't have a white dial watch, which is the reason why I chose this one. You can see the finishing on the hands and the indices is just perfect, and the light just shines and bounces right off of it. Hope I can catch that on camera. This is the titanium model, so it's ultra light. When I first picked this up, I was like, man, that's light. Because I usually wear stainless steel watches, aside from the Pelagos. You can take a look at the finishing of the bracelet. The polishing and brushing is just spectacular. Here's a clasp. I know online a lot of people have not liked the clasp, Grand Seiko's clasp, but it doesn't really bother me at all. I think they said it's most of the Grand Seiko clasps felt kind of flimsy. It probably doesn't feel as good as a Rolex, but there's nothing wrong with it. Polishing on all the sides is just, you can see the mirror polish. You can see reflections on it. So this specific model has a special case design. It's meant to fit underneath a cuff or underneath a dress shirt or long sleeve shirt. The size of this is 37 millimeters. 37 millimeters. It fits fine on my just over 7-inch wrist. But because I'm used to wearing like the Submariners are 40 and Panarais are 44, at first it did feel kind of small. But after a while you get kind of used to it. And I think people forget, because watches now come in such big sizes, that not too long ago, the regular size for a men's watch is 36 millimeters from Rolex. So to my eye, it looks fine. It doesn't look too small. But like I said, watches are so much bigger these days. I have had people ask me how come I'm wearing such a small watch. The good thing about this size is it fits underneath a jacket perfectly fine. During winter time or fall when I wear a leather jacket, some of my other watches like the Panerai or even the Bell & Ross, it has problems fitting over the jacket sleeve. A few people have asked me if this model comes in a larger size. No, it does not. Not this specific model. It only comes in 37 millimeter size because of the case. It's specifically made to fit underneath a dress shirt. They do make Grand Seiko makes like some other dress watches that are around 39 millimeters or 40, but it doesn't come in this white dial. And I believe they're automatic. For the quartz, they do have 39 or 40 millimeter ones, but like I said, not in the white dial. It comes in silver, I believe, and another one I saw at the Seiko boutique was silver with gold hands and indices. The retail price for this is somewhere between $3,000 to $4,000. Seiya Japan is actually, their website is down right now. I think it says that they're on summer vacation, so I couldn't really go on their website. But yeah, the retail price should be around like $3,000, $3,500, and then you can probably get a discount from the boutique. Because it is a newer model, I couldn't really go online and do like a price check or price comparison. I've searched for it on eBay, but there wasn't really much sellers. So, yeah. So as you can see, it has the new Grand Seiko logo instead of the Seiko up here and then Grand Seiko down here. Now it's just Grand Seiko, which they did to make it easier to separate the two brands. When I tell people how much this watch is worth, their first reactions is usually for a Seiko. So I guess that's why they say Grand Seiko is stealth wealth. So would I recommend this watch? That depends. I definitely love the watch, and I think it would serve a great purpose in someone's watch collection because it is quartz. You can just grab and go. I myself, in my opinion, if I didn't already have an extensive watch collection of Rolex, APs, Panerais, I don't think I would purchase this Grand Seiko before any of those. That's not a knock on Grand Seiko, it's just that because it is quartz and because it is 37 millimeters, which is smaller than I believe almost all of my other watches, I think it's a great addition to my watch collection, but I probably wouldn't wear this every single day for the rest of my life. I mean, you could, but because it's a very simple watch. Not much going on, although it's very legible. Because it is a plainer watch, I think I would have gotten bored of it pretty quickly if it was my one and only watch. But since it's in a rotation with my Rolex GMT, my Rolex Submariner, Panerai, Bell & Ross, AP, and even the Pelagos as my other titanium watch, I do like wearing it, especially as a grab and go when I don't have time to set any of the other watches. Or I use this watch to actually set my other watches. Oh, it has a date as well, which I actually do use a lot. On my other mechanical watches, the automatic watches, I actually don't set the date. I don't have time for that. But on this one, I did set the date because it is a quartz watch and because it is going to run. Which reminds me, I had stopped it because the second hand was bugging me as I did cuts. So I'll probably have to reset the time again. So of course, I always like to compare to the competitors in the market for this watch. For comparisons, I usually compare it by price point and not really by the type of watch. Well, sometimes by the type of watch, but most people when they are watch shopping, they have a budget in mind. And so this one is around $3,000, I would say, give or take, somewhere around there. So what can you get for around $3,000? The king of that price range right now is probably Tudor. You can get a lot of stuff from Tudor around that price. You can get a Black Bay. You can get, I think a Pelagos maybe used. What else can you get for $3,000? Omega, the Omega Seamaster. They just have a new one that came out. I might have to review that one soon. And Rolex starts at around like probably $5,000, so $5,000 or $5,500. So it's probably double this. So they're probably not cross shopping with that. But yeah, if you have that money to blow, I think a Grand Seiko is definitely something to add to your collection, and it was one of the brands that was missing from my collection. And that's about it. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll have more videos coming soon. Thank you.